Welcome to the ranch. Today is Friday, and what's better than a great weekend? Family time and some good fishing. Let's hit it. Okay, well, I just got here and I realized that my hair looks amazing. Anyway, I am going to grab something to eat and then hit the sack for the night. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to go back here and hit one of the best lakes in Texas.
Hey guys, so I'm sitting in my garden just hanging out, thinking about all the wonderful things that we've been blessed with, but I'm also thinking about all the life changes we've had this year. You know, within a month, I had a son get married and I became a grandmother. That's a lot of change. And with those changes can sometimes come identity changes. You know, I have a new title. I'm a grandmom. I'm a mom. The good thing about me is that I do have Eric to talk to. And Eric and I can talk to one another and we can get through these changes together and we can feel like we can kind of work through what we're dealing with together. But not everybody has somebody, and maybe you don't have someone that you feel like you can talk to or trust. And that's okay, because I think I might be able to help. Therapists listen, ask questions, and they can help you see things from a whole new perspective. They can give you advice and techniques to make positive changes in your life. BetterHelp is the sponsor of today's video, and they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. All you have to do is fill out the questionnaire, and you are going to be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple days. You can easily switch therapists at any time at no extra cost to you if it's not the right fit. That's awesome, because I want to talk to someone that fits with me and my style. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. Just click the link in the description below or go to betterhelp.com/Bland's Ranch. It's going to be right here. Go there and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Guys, you don't have to deal with all these life changes by yourself. If you don't have your own personal Eric to talk to, you might need somebody. So go ahead, reach out. Don't deal with these things alone. Now, let's get back to the video and see what's going on.
Good morning. This is the beautiful lake that we are going to be fishing on today. This is Lake Tawakoni in Northeast Texas, and this is a tournament fishing type of lake. This is absolutely gorgeous out here. I've got the boys over here that are getting put out on a little John boat. And we're gonna be, look at, man, that's even beautiful. Look at that. The coloring is just amazing. God is so good. Creation is awesome. I can't wait to get out here today. The boys are going out on their little John boat now. Bye, kids. All right, they don't want to wave to me. Okay, so the boys just got back doing some jug fishing. Well, they set the jugs last night. They went out to go get them this morning. What did we get?
We got 2.
Oh, look at that. Very nice. That's
Wow.
That's a good sized catfish right there. We just spent some time getting everything ready to go back out jug fishing. Let's see what the boys have down here in the boat. They can explain what they're doing.
This is our setup for jug fishing. We got the jugs obviously right here. And then with the jugs, you got the clip right here. You take the weights, clip it on here. Once you do that, we got the hooks down here. And while I'm getting the weight set up, he's hooking on the fish, and then once he hooks the fish on, I'll take one of these and tie it on the line. And once we're in our spot, we're gonna just drop it right where we want it. And it's pretty simple. It takes like probably 2 minutes to set a jug. We're pretty quick at it now.
All right, there you go. Off they go. Right now, the goal for this weekend, outside of spending time with family, of course, is getting the cooler filled up with fish. That's the goal. So hopefully these guys catch some more catfish, and I'm gonna try to get out here and see if we can get some bass. There's a gentleman fishing back here on the dock area last night that was getting a lot of bass, and So hopefully we can catch some fish. Let's fill up the cooler. Right, well, it's fairly well documented that I am by far the worst fisherman. So while everybody is recreating back here, don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up. While they're having recreational whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. I got the kayak. Can't even see it. There it is. I got the kayak and I'm gonna head out down here and see if I can catch me some fish and redeem myself. I'm trying to get right to this spot back here behind me. There's a lot of lily pads and I thought this was really cool. I gotta show you this. Sorry, I'm trying to paddle while I'm talking to you. I gotta show you how big these lily pads are. I don't know that I've ever seen them this big before. Take a look at this. Look how big this is. This thing is absolutely amazing. And what's cool is, look at the water beat up across. Isn't that cool? That's really cool. I just had to put that in the video because I'm always amazed by God's great creation. And to see these pads sitting here create shelter and shadows and shade for the bass, which is what I'm trying to go get. And it's beautiful for us to look at. Well, it looks like I was skunked again. I have tried by the lilies, I've tried by some piers, I've tried by some trees that are out here. I've gone everywhere. I mean, it's just official. I am the worst fisherman of all time. I would just like to catch something. Well, I did actually catch something. It was kind of sad to see. This is one of those things that when you talk about farm life and living off the land, you know, you have a good respect for the animals that you raise, that you process, that you eat. And so while I was out here, there's some trot lines back here behind me. For those who don't know, that's where they have like a line, and then there's another line coming off of those, several that have hooks, and the intent is to be able to catch as many fish as you can. And so while I was out here, I kept seeing this thing bobbing up and down, and I thought it was an alligator because I've heard there are alligators out here. And so as I went up, I kind of tapped it. I realized it was a turtle, and I tapped it on its backside, and I saw its feet kind of like swim, and it was kind of going down. And I turned back around a couple minutes later, and I looked back again, and I noticed it was still there. And this is what I found. A red-eared slider. Now they are an invasive species, so usually they say go ahead and dispatch them. But I feel for this guy. He actually got hooked through the bottom of the jaw, and I put him up here on the front of the kayak to kind of let him hopefully get his air back. And I've noticed that he's moving his legs a little bit more, and as you heard right there, he's gasping for air, so I think that he might be able to recover. I don't know. So I'm glad I found him. Hopefully he recovers. If not, it is the cycle of life. So I guess I could say that I really appreciate all the animals that we raise and just all of God's creatures. But I do realize that they're here for a reason, and that is so that we can survive. So I don't want to see any animals suffer. That's never good. Now it's time for me to get back to the family. I don't have any fish to show for my time out here, but I've had some good quiet time, and there's nothing like being out here with all this water around you and all nature and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna head back. Hang on, little buddy. We're almost home. He's back on his feet. Are you feeling better? You gonna go for it? I know as soon as I take this camera off of him, he's gonna jump in. I'm trying to time it just right. Is he gonna jump in or is he not? Okay, are you coming towards me? Huh? Man, these things are definitely beautiful. The patterns on there. Oh, he's got a little mustache. He turned towards me, so I don't know if that means he's mad at me or, oh, is he smiling? Okay. Okay, don't dive into the cockpit here, buddy. Let's turn you around. If you want to go, that's the way you need to go, into the water. Well, just as I suspected, he was going to jump off when I turned the camera off, and I tried to stop him with the oar, and he still jumped in. So to see that his face is up out of the water and he's floating again. That's a job well done. We saved the little guy. Makes you feel good inside. Well, since I'm so bad at fishing, the boys are going back out for one last jug run, and they got all their bait set. They're going to try some old beef heart as bait tonight and or goldfish. So we'll see what they catch. So hopefully these guys can catch some fish, because we need some fish. We got to fill this cooler up, and right now we're not doing great. Well, good morning. It is our final morning here, which is basically cleanup day. So everybody's in here working hard to get cots put away and trying to get all the sleeping bags and blankets and sheets and everything. And the cabin was pretty cool. It was not the best sleep, but is it ever the best sleep when you're not in your own bed? The answer is probably no. Well, while I was nestled deep in sleep because of a lack of sleep over the last few days, I was sleeping really hard, and I missed all of the haul for the boys this morning. I'm interested to see what they got. I have not heard exactly what they got off of their jugs this morning, but they baited them with something different last night, and hopefully they got a good haul. Hopefully they filled up the container, but we're going to see. I know they've been working really hard this weekend to try to get some fish. They're fishermen, they like to fish, but they also understand that what we catch we're going to eat. And that's exciting to see young people that understand how to gather food, how to find food, and that's really what it's about. As you can see here behind me, they're calling for storms. The storms are coming. Bad news, I have the Jeep, and there's no doors, there's no roof, and it's all about timing. So I gotta get out before the storms come.
1 hour later.
Well, we were unable to get out of the cabin before it started raining. I had to cover my little baby over here so that it didn't get saturated. We got everything packed out between both vehicles here, but now we're just enjoying the sounds of the rain pitter-pattering on the roof. We're actually doing some online church in here because we always want to make sure we're getting filled with the word and with the love of Jesus. So I guess we'll be hunkered down for a little while because it's still thundering, lightning, and I'm not sure how long this is going to last. Two in the same jug?
Two in the same jug, but the one was all tied up, and so he was dead when we brought him in.
Yeah, he was rotten, so we just didn't gut him.
Yeah.
Because he was stinking.
All right.
He died last night sometime, and it was gross.
Fishermen are grossed out. All right. Whoopsie. It's one of the greatest lakes that you can get to. One of the greatest lake. All right, and action. Go ahead, let's see what you got.
Oh. He's trying to bite me.
Is he afraid?
No.
The kids just got back with their haul. Let's see what we got here. A good half gallon maybe?
Yeah.
Is that what? And we had more yesterday? Another half gallon?
Maybe a little less.
Okay. All right, so what'd you guys catch today? How many?
We got 3 today.
3 today.
3 today?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 on the same jug.